Well, I think it's very simple in some ways. Namely, if you ask, what's the difference between humans and all other animals, except elephants and chimpanzees and dolphins, which are pretty smart? And the answer is that most other animals have to learn everything by themselves. They can't learn from someone else, and so they exist in a narrow ecological niche. A typical animal lives in a certain kind of tree, like the panda, which is endangered because it can only eat a certain kind of bamboo. It's specialized, can't solve many problems. When we see the extinction of a species all around us, we should recognize that that's because this animal evolved to think in only one way and to work in only one way. The great thing about humans and a few other animals is that early in life, we get attached to a parent or to another animal of our species. And in the case of humans, once we learn language, we can learn a million things about the world. Mm-hmm. If you had to learn those by trial and error, you'd be dead. You can't, you learn what not to do, what not to eat, mostly knots. Common sense is half knots. And what happens is you get attached to one particular person, your parent. I call it an imprimer, after the term imprinting that developed by Konrad Lorenz. Well, this is the main mechanism by which humans become so resourceful. They can use the experience of everyone else who ever existed if it got propagated through the culture. And when we grow up, our parent is gone and there's no one to teach us, but we still have that slot in our brain for the marvelous creature who's going to give us the knowledge we need. And you might as well call it God or Satan or whatever is your local religion. So we're built with an instinct to look for someone to tell us what to do.
And that, you think, is the origin of religion?
Yes, I think that we have a propensity to assume that there's always going to be someone who can tell us what to do, and the person can be imaginary, it can be a literary figure, it can be a book or whatever, but we do from our infancy. The reason why we're so smart in the first place is that we're willing and able to learn from someone else. And that was the main way we learned for our first 5 years, and it's still there. And I think it should be removed at some point, but nobody has found the place in the brain where this is and found out how to remove it.
The norm